It sounds like the plot from a horror movie. In parts of England, there's been an outbreak of poisonous spiders. At least 2 people have been treated for attacks from the so-called false widow spider. Stuart Greer has more on what's leaving Brits with frights and bites.
Like a jelly bean on 8 legs, this is Britain's most venomous spider. The false widow is so named because it's often confused with its infamous cousin, the black widow. Its venom may not be as poisonous, but it can still cause a serious allergic reaction. As William Fraser discovered, he now checks his bedroom each night for spiders after being bitten in his sleep.
I've got a headache, I've got my arm swollen, it's hot, and I feel faint. And that was all the symptoms that were in the newspaper about it. My arm went red raw, and it was burning sensation, and a pus blister formed on my arm.
Honey, we're in the living room. We need you to kill a spider.
Like the 1990s horror film Arachnophobia, the 2-fanged creepy crawlies are spooking locals, with the number of sightings on the rise in the UK.
They became quite violent, nasty under the glass, didn't like being trapped.
Louisa Giordano will never forget the night she and her husband discovered something crawling in their bed.
It's a bit unnerving, I have to say. I mean, every time I see a spider, I break out into a cold sweat. I think most of the population will anyway, but I'm always looking around just to make sure there's nothing around.
It's believed the false widow spider arrived in Britain over a century ago as an 8-legged stowaway on board banana boats coming from the Canary Islands. Experts think that climate change could be responsible for the false widows spreading from southern England northwards, but they're telling the public not to panic.
I wouldn't be concerned at all. They're not aggressive, they're fairly calm and collected, they're not in built-up areas where you're going to be moving around a lot and come into contact with them.
And no one has actually died from a false widow attack, but that's little comfort to the growing number of bitten Brits. Stuart Greer, Global News, London.